Okay, friends, starting off today in child's pose. Come on down. Okay, if it's the first thing in the morning, or if you've been sitting a lot or tight in your hips and low back, don't worry. Just give it time to loosen up. I like to wiggle a little bit. For some reason, that just really helps my hips get the idea that it's safe to release. And that big breath is also a big helper. So big inhales, big exhales. And take some time here just to notice your breath. Notice the natural pace and the natural depth at first. And then start to deepen it, start to lengthen it. And feel that big expansion in your belly. As you inhale, feel how your belly kind of drops down toward the ground. And as you exhale, the belly button pulls up towards your spine. See if you could feel that same expansion back between your shoulder blades. Inhale, and shoulders and the back of the rib cage expand upward. Exhale, and that all comes back down. Use your breath here to bring yourself into a state of awareness and just be present with yourself for a little while. We spend most of our waking hours trying to get to one place or the other or accomplish one thing or another, and we're always thinking of the future or the past. But let's luxuriate in this moment. Just be in this present moment for a little while. Scan your body while you're here and notice if there are any places that feel sticky or tense. They're not letting go like the others. That's all right. Just notice that. That's very useful information. And let's start to wake up the upper body a little bit. So walk your hands out a little bit. All right. And then press your fingertips down, lift your palms and your elbows, and start to peel up in your armpits toward the floor. And I like to make a little side to side kind of swaying movement, kind of dropping one armpit and then dropping the other. And notice here if it's tempting to squinch your shoulders up by your ears. Pull them away from your ears and make a long neck. And let's walk the fingers out a little more. Okay, find that big stretch in your armpits and chest. And then let's bring in a side stretch here so we can walk our hands out to the left. Take them as far as you like. And do the same thing here. Come up on your fingertips, lift your palms, and maybe we really ground the right hip. So getting a sense of length in the right side. Breathe into the right ribs. Maybe even roll your nose to point under your right armpit. And let's bring the hands out to the other side. So to the right. Continue to push the floor down, lift your palms, and now press into your left hip. Maybe one more big breath here. Maybe looking under that left arm to the left. Let's come on back to center. Come on back. And bring it up to hands and knees. Rawr. So up to hands and knees, here we are. Find a tabletop position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And let's do some cat-cows. Okay, I like to combine my cat-cows with a wrist stretch lately, especially if you've been working at a computer a lot, doing things with your hands. And so you can flip one hand over, fingers point at you, palm is up. If one is enough, just do one. You can do two. So heart moves forward on the inhale. Think of pulling that heart forward as you lift your belly button. Push the floor away on your exhale. Let's do that a few more times. So we're just looking for some mobility in the spine. The wrist stretch is just kind of a bonus. So all the things your spine can do, not just front to back, but side to side. So remember to roll sideways and do it. Take a few jump ropes. But then also make some really weird, kind of snaky movements and find some little sore places, maybe between your ribs that need to be moved. Maybe one or two more times, just like this. Nice and slow. First, beginning to link the breath with the movement, right? This is our first opportunity to link breath with the movement. All right, bring it back to center and flip your hands over if you were stretching your wrists out. Whew, that's a good stretch. Tuck your toes here, lift your knees and your hips, and walk your hands back towards your feet. Can we take the feet wide here, like really wide? I like to put them as wide as the mat. And then hands on the floor, so you're gonna need to bend your knees a little bit. Let's just bend into one knee and then the other. So kind of feeling out the backs of the legs. Okay, depending on what you did this week, they might be kind of sore or they might be feeling tight. Especially first thing in the morning. And then from here, with your hands on the floor, okay, your knees are bent, your feet are wide. See if you could pop your toes to point a little bit out. Your heels are a little bit more in. And we're gonna drop the hips just as low as we can drop. So that might be level with your knees, and that's fine. But see if you could put some engagement in your legs. Resist that floor, okay? You know, I'm always asking you to resist the floor. So do resist it here. Maybe put your palms together and see if you could pull your knees away from each other. So just breathe right here, okay? We're gonna keep the heart upright and press up to standing. Interlace your fingers and press your hands out to the right. So take a right side reaching stretch that opens up your left side. And as you exhale, bring it back down to your squat. You can go as low as you want to go, okay? Let's do the other side. Inhale, interlace your fingers, stand up, press your hands to the left. Exhale down to your squat. Again, inhale up and to the right. Exhale down to your squat. Up and to the left. And back to your squat. Let's take this a few more times, okay? Our goal with this movement is to warm up your legs and your hips a little bit with some gentle movement. So don't feel like you have to go super low in your squat unless that feels right. But hopefully you notice it's getting a little easier to drop into your hips. Maybe 3 more times on each side. 2 more. Last one. Okay, side to side. And then once you're down in your squat, pause here, hands back on the floor. Go ahead and walk it forward to a plank. And let's meet here, and we'll start to get really warm. So remember, in your plank, you always have the option to drop your knees. That's really not a problem at all. It's still a plank. But push the floor nicely, push it away. And remember to wrap your belly button up and in to make it extra strong around your low back. And just notice where you feel the effort here. So sometimes when we're in a plank, we start to thinking that the upper body has to do all the work. And it does quite a bit. But could your lower body also push the floor? Okay, notice how it feels, upper and lower. And see if somehow you could distribute the weight perfectly evenly between upper and lower body. Breathe. Push down. And breathe, because you take 3 more breaths here in your plank. 2 more. Nice and slow. 1 more big breath in. And exhale here. Press it back to down dog. Okay. Take a moment. Walk your heels out. Walk it out. Okay, and I'm just going to take us through some flowing, just so we can get all the joints warmed up. Okay, get a little more fluid. So here we go. Inhaling here, get your right leg up and out behind you. Exhaling here, pull that right knee to your nose. See if you could round your spine, shoulders over wrists, and hover. With your inhale, right leg up and out behind. Exhale, right foot drops between your hands. Inhale here, coming up to a crescent lunge, okay? All hands up, pushing the floor with your strong legs. Exhaling, shift your weight over the front leg, the right leg. Inhaling, pop it up to a warrior 3. Get the left leg up in the air and just hover, okay? Your hands will be reaching out in front of you unless there's a wall there. And then exhale, drop the left toes back to the floor. Inhale, another crescent lunge. Remember to push the floor. And exhale, all hands down. Step it back to a down dog. Inhaling here, find a plank. Exhaling, bend your knees, hover them off the mat, and sit on your heels. Push the floor. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, hop or step to your hands, and fold. Roll it up to inhale. Lift your heart. Exhale and sit down into a little chair squat. Drop your tailbone as you look up. Inhale to stand. And exhale, hinge at your hips and fold. Come halfway up for your inhale. And make a big fold on your exhale. Okay, palms are down. Inhale to plank. Come on back. And exhale, slowly lower knees, chest, and chin to the floor before everything else. Knees, chest, chin, come down, look forward, and wag your tail in the air. Can you pull your heart forward to a cobra on the inhale? Tailbone points down, heart lifts up. And exhale for a down dog. I'll meet you there. Okay, second side. Inhaling here, left leg up and out behind. Exhaling here, left knee to your nose, round your spine, shoulders over wrists, hover. Inhale, send the left leg back. Exhale, drop the left foot between your hands. Boom. Inhaling here, crescent lunge, just like we did on the other side. Strong legs push down. Exhaling, weight shifts forward over the left leg. Inhaling, pop it up into a warrior 3. Arms reaching forward, unless there's a wall in the way. And exhale, right toes down. Inhale, another crescent lunge. Push down on the floor, lift your heart. Exhale, hands down, back to down dog. Inhaling here for your plank. Exhaling, knees bend, hover them off the mat. Sit on your heels, push the floor. Inhale, 2, plank. And exhale, walk to your hands, big fold. Roll it up, inhale. Sit into your chair squat, exhale. Inhale to stand. Exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down. Plank, come on back as you inhale. Knees, chest, and chin, slow as you exhale. Pull the elbows in. Tailbone up, look forward. You can hover if you like. And inhale, pull your heart forward to a cobra. Tailbone down, heart up. And exhale, down dog. Okay, to get nice and warm, can we run through that little sequence 2 more times? Go a little faster maybe, okay? So don't feel like you have to race through it. Feel free to take breaks and take it slow if you need to. But I'll just pick it up a little bit to get us nice and toasty. So here goes. Inhaling here, right leg up and out behind. Exhale here, right knee to nose, hover. Inhale, right leg up and out. Exhale, right foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, left toes down. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, all hands down, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, bend your knees, hover, push the floor. Inhale, plank. Exhale to your hands. You can hop or step. Inhale, roll it up. Exhale, sit into your chair. Inhale to stand. Exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down. Inhale to plank. You can hop or step. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin down. You can hover or come down. Look forward. Inhale, pull forward into your cobra. Exhale, down dog. Second side, inhaling, left leg up and out behind you. Exhaling, knee to nose, round your spine, push the floor. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, drop the foot between your hands. Boom. Inhale, crescent lunge. Strong legs push down. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, right toes down. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, down dog. Inhale for plank. Exhale, bend your knees, sit on your heels, hover. Inhale, plank. Exhale to your hands, fold. Roll it up, inhale. Into your chair, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down, inhale, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Okay, let's do one more round just like that. You ready? Okay, should be feeling nice and toasty. That's the vinyasa magic. Here we go. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, shift. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, left toes down. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees hover and bend. Inhale, plank. Exhale to your hands. Roll it up, inhale. Into your chair, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down, inhale to plank. Exhale, down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, dog. Second side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Inhale up, bring it up to crescent. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Inhale, warrior three, pop the back leg up. Exhale, right toes down. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, down dog. Inhale for plank. Exhale, bend your knees, hover. Inhale, plank. Exhale to your hands. Roll it up, inhale. Into your chair, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Halfway up. Bigger fold. Palms are down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, dog. Okay, let's take 5 or 6 breaths here. In, down, dog. Okay, I moved you. You should be feeling pumped and warm. Let's just breathe here. Notice the backs of the legs. And then see about maybe pressing your hands forward, maybe walking your fingers an inch further forward to give your spine space to lengthen. And pull your feet back. Okay, spin your heels down and out of sight. And see about lifting your kneecaps, so really contracting your quads and helping to open up your hamstrings. All right, let's breathe a little bit. Let's start to move again. Inhaling here, let's get the right leg up and out behind. Exhaling here, swing the right knee forward and drop the foot under your heart. So not all the way to your hands. Let's drop the back heel. And come on up, facing the front of the mat. Okay, getting ready for a pyramid posture. So you can grab onto your hips here and make sure your tailbone is pointed down. You're kind of tucking it, almost like you're trying to point your tailbone at the front of the mat, if that was possible. And we want to sense that the right hip is moving back and the left hip is moving forward. Okay, you can put a bend in the right knee if you need to, as you start to hinge at your hips and fold, sending your heart toward the front of the mat. So pyramid posture, such a great opening for the back of the right leg. Okay, and that's one of the things that we're thinking about while we're here. So when your body, your upper body, is just about parallel with the floor, hold right there and decide where you want to go with it. So I want you to interpret this and make it your own. If you need a little break, just bend the right knee. Okay, a lot less opening in the back of the leg. If you like the opening in the back of the right leg, extend the knee, but keep a micro bend, okay? Micro bend it and engage that quad. The kneecap is trying to move towards your hip. Okay, if all is going well, continue to push the floor and just allow your heart to release downward. You can put your fingers on the floor. You can put your hands on your right leg. You can even use the right knee or the right thigh, okay? Just don't push down on the knee joint. Keep breathing here. Everyone is so different here, okay? For some of us, this will mean we'll just allow the upper body to just drape. But keep strong in the legs. The legs are always resisting the floor. You're never just sinking into them. Okay, so I have some fun challenges ahead of us, and here's where we're going next. So whether you have your hands on your right thigh, or your foot, or your shin, or the floor, or a block, whatever, find where you want to put your left hand. Okay, find a place for left hand, make sure it's right, test it out. And then as you're ready, ground into your left hand and reach up with your right. So we have twisted into a revolved triangle, okay? And I'm giving you a little demo of what it would look like if your hand was on your shin, what it would look like if your hand was on your right thigh. So there's always options. But I want you to keep your legs the same. Keep pressing into the floor, pulling back on the right hip. But now we're adding this element of twisting the heart up and open to the right. So first of all, remember to breathe. Okay, lengthen your neck. If you feel like your neck's getting kind of crunchy here, put some extra length in it. Okay, feeling the back of that right leg. Okay, so we're going to get a little more interesting here. We're going to get a little bit more spicy. Put some nice bend in the right knee. Okay, and walk the left fingers maybe a foot forward, but they're still offset from the right foot. And let's see if we could launch the left leg into the air for a revolved half moon. That's right. Keep breathing. Push through the back leg. Revolve, open that top arm. And breathe. You can always bend the right knee more or less, but you're still active in the legs. One more big breath in here in your revolved half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. And as you're ready, all hands down, okay? The back foot is gonna come down. Boom. And let's send the right leg up and out behind. Take a big breath in. How high can you send that right foot up toward the ceiling? Maybe even come up on your left tippy toes and see what happens. All right, exhale here. Right foot comes down. You are back in down dog. And let's clear that out with a little vinyasa magic, okay? Feel free to skip the vinyasa and just rest if you need. Heart moves forward on the inhale to plank. Exhale, hop or step forward and fold. Roll it up, inhale. Into your chair, exhale. Inhale to stand. Exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down, inhale to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin come down. Maybe hover. Inhale for cobra. Maybe you hover your legs for an up dog, who knows? And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 or 6 breaths here, please. I like to close my eyes in this posture. Notice your hands and feet, okay, your base. If you could suck up the center of your palm, as if you're trying to move your arm bones up and in towards your shoulder, how would that feel? And could you do that with the center of your arch? Could you suck the center of your arch up through your leg bones, into your hip sockets? Little energetic tricks like that are super helpful. Okay, ready for the second side? Here goes. Inhaling here, left leg up and out behind. Exhale here, send the left foot forward and drop it under your heart. So not all the way to your hands. Boom. We're dropping the back heel, right heel is coming down. And inhale to stand yourself all the way up. So coming into a pyramid posture on this side, make little adjustments. For some people, if it's hard to face your hips toward the front of the mat, maybe you feel like the left hip just won't come forward, or the left hip just won't go back and the right hip just won't come forward. Walk your feet away toward opposite sides of the mat a little more, okay? And then we want a long spine. We want a tailbone that attempts to point at the floor. And then hinge at your hips, okay? And this is kind of a gradual process, and we don't really need to rush it. So I do want to encourage you to take your time, okay? Remember to activate your legs, pushing into the floor. Push the floor down all the time. And hopefully you're feeling the back of the left leg lengthening in a pleasant way. Never pain, never strain or stress. So when your upper body is just about parallel, let's hold and see what we want to do. So you can stay right here, of course. You could put your hands on your left thigh, shin, foot, floor, whatever you need to do, block, okay? Anything like that is great. But do your best to keep the spine long, possibly draping it over your left leg with more or less of a bend in the knee, but always at least a micro bend, please. So I want you to feel the whole back of the left leg, okay? I want you to allow that to let go. Be really sensitive with your hamstring, please. Okay, we always want to make sure our hamstrings are happy. So let's transition from here into a revolved triangle. So find the appropriate place for your right hand, wherever you'd like it to be. Find that spot, okay? Remember to keep your legs strong and reach up with your left hand. Revolve it. I will spin around to face you. So you are twisting, right? So you need a long spine in your twist. That's one of your primary objectives in any twist, is to focus on that lengthening spine. So do lengthen from the tailbone to the top of the head. You're always looking for extra space in there. And maybe micro bend the knee more, who knows? But keep the legs strong. Push down as you open up that left armpit and that left side of your chest. And look wherever it feels natural to point your nose, but maybe you take this twist and deepen it by pointing your nose straight up. Big breath. Remember to keep pushing the floor and activating that left leg. Don't collapse into the knee, okay? Maybe one more breath here. Okay, I want to take us into that revolved half moon. So bend the left knee more. Give yourself that extra space. Just bend it. Walk the right fingers. Just pop them a foot forward. That's probably all you'll need. And then we can launch the right leg into the air. Whew, revolved half moon. Hold and breathe, okay? Revolve, open the left side of the chest. Strong leg. So you might bend the left knee more here to make this more gentle on the left leg. You might extend, but you're always pushing down and strengthening the legs. Nice work here in your revolved half moon. Maybe one more big breath in and one last big exhale. Very nice. All hands down, right toes come down. I want to send this left leg up and back to a 3-leg dog. So send it up. See how high you can send the left toes. Maybe even help out and come up on the right tippy toes and see what happens. And then bring it back to down dog. Notice how the back of the left leg feels now. Okay. Let's take a vinyasa here. Clear it out. Inhaling here, plank. Exhaling to your hands, fold. Roll it up, inhale. Into your chair, exhale. Inhale to stand. And exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Okay, palms are down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra or up dog, yogi's choice. Then exhale, downward facing dog. 5 or 6 breaths here, please. Maybe close your eyes. Notice your breath. Notice your heart rate. See if you could feel your heart beating. Notice body heat. Okay, all the things that you need to remember in down dog, see if you can remember them here. Push the floor with your hands, pull it with your feet, engage your quads and lengthen your spine. Okay, ready to keep going. Inhaling here, right leg off and out behind you. Exhaling, drop that right foot between your hands. And let's walk the hands over to the left side of the mat. So coming into a wide leg forward fold. And wide leg forward fold is such a nice place to be that I'd like to take a few moments here just to enjoy it, okay? So with your toes turned slightly inward, maybe your feet are about a leg length apart. Okay, maybe bend into one knee at a time. Just kind of feeling good in your outer ankles, and see if you could keep your arches really arched up off the floor while you do this. So I want to play around with a headstand with you today, okay? And if you are 0% interested in getting your body up in the air, then don't worry, there are steps in the headstand spectrum that you can hang out in, and it's still good work for your body, okay? So I'm going to turn slightly to show you where I'm going with this. So you can start with your legs wide if that's comfortable for you. Some of us, we'd rather have our feet closer together, but I like to have the legs wide. And then you can have your hands under your shoulders here and just put the top of your head on the floor. So this is a good place to start, okay? You can bend your knees more if that helps. You can widen your feet. So I really want you to interpret and don't feel like there's only one right way to do this. But make sure that your nose is pointed straight across your mat. You're not looking up at yourself and you're not looking down at the mat. You're perfectly neutral in your spine, okay? And if your elbows are pointed up, right over your hands, right over your wrists, you can put a little gentle engagement between your elbows and maybe take your left knee on top of your left elbow. Maybe take your right knee on top of your right. And you can just hang out right here. And this is kind of a fun and funky place to be. If this is not working for you, you know you can always come down. So maybe in this little tripod headstand, that's what we call it, maybe one leg comes up first and then the other. And you can play around in your headstand. Now do breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And remember to keep your spine long and strong. Your legs are long and strong. See if you can engage your legs, your glutes. You're squeezing your legs toward each other and then pull everything in towards center here. Breathe in your headstand. Maybe one more big breath in here. And see if you could come out with even more control than you came in with. So dropping one knee down to one elbow, other knee to other elbow, feet back on the floor. Whew. Pop that head up off the floor. And let's take a moment to just fold here, okay? Coming down after that kind of uppity posture, you might walk your hands way back between your feet. Fingers pointed in the same direction as your toes, and point the top of your head straight down. Let your head hang. And if your head touches the floor, let it hang. So maybe take your feet a little bit closer. Okay, sometimes that helps. It gives you more space. Okay, we also get a nice opening in the backs of the legs as we traction out and lengthen the spine. Maybe one more. Nice breath here in this fold. Maybe here you grab your legs and hug them towards you. Okay, let's let this go. Hands back up underneath your shoulders. Walk them back over by your right foot. Okay, toes of the right foot point forward, and we're back to a downward facing dog. Step it back. Okay, let's clear that out with a vinyasa. Inhaling here, find your plank. Exhale to your hands and fold. Roll it up, inhale. Into your chair, exhale, Utkatasana. Inhale to stand. And exhale, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold on your exhale. Palms are down. Inhale to plank. Okay, knees, chest, and chin on your exhale. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 or 6 breaths right here, please. Down dog is like our home base. Okay, remember you can always make it a little more comfortable. If it's not your cup of tea, you can drop to your knees, okay? Take those breaks whenever you need them. Okay, friends, second side. Inhaling here, left leg up and out behind you. Exhale here, drop that foot between your hands, and let's walk the hands over to the right side for our right side forward bend, and I'll spin around so you don't get my backside. Okay, here we're gonna twist. So find an appropriate width for your feet. I'd say about leg width, one leg apart. Hands under shoulders, and make sure your spine has space here. So your spine is as long and flat as you can get it. And then ground into your left hand. Reach up with your right. You really want to push the floor down and move your tailbone back at the same time. And then top hand comes down on the exhale maybe. Pushes into the floor. And you can inhale, reach up with the other hand. So we're just going to go side to side. Exhaling down and inhaling to switch. And I want you to just follow your own pace here. Try closing your eyes. And then because you're twisting, do your best to keep the spine really long. So always that tailbone is shooting away from the top of your head. Another thing, check out that bottom shoulder. Do you tend to become passive in the bottom shoulder and just yank it when you come up? Okay, sometimes it happens to me. Activate the bottom shoulder, plug it in, use it. Okay, next time you are up, okay, one hand is up, pause right there and breathe. Lengthen your spine, so tailbone away from the top of your head. Push the floor with your legs. See if you could roll the top shoulder a little bit more open here. Remember that bottom shoulder is active. And one more big breath in this, twist. And switch on your exhale. Coming up on the other side, let's hold here for a few breaths. Push the floor down with everything that's on the floor. Lengthen that spine and look up. Think of broadening the space between your two shoulders in the front. One more very big breath in. And we're bringing the top hand all the way back down. Okay, from here, I want to try something a little different. So you can stay right here and just take this fold that we did before, walking your hands back between your feet, letting your head hang and your spine traction. And so take that if that's more your cup of tea right now. If you want a little bit more opening on the inside of your legs, you can play around with walking your feet away from each other here. And I just want you to find something appropriate. There's no pain, there's no strain. But two things I want to tell you. Make sure you keep your feet down. okay? And make sure you're still resisting the floor. So we don't want to stretch passively, do we? We don't want to stretch passively. So always resisting the floor. Make sure that as we lengthen the muscle tissues, we are also activating them, which is the best way for us to effectively lengthen a muscle. So a few breaths wherever you are. Maybe come down to your elbows if you're taking that inner thigh stretch. Push the floor down. Breathe into your legs. Maybe one more breath right here. And then here comes the fun part. Okay, if you're in that wide leg forward, fold, walk your feet back in. You can just shimmy them back in until they're at a manageable distance. And then let's walk the hands over by the left foot again. Point those left toes forward. Back to down dog. Okay, one last vinyasa just to clear it out, okay? Heart moves forward on the inhale to plank. Exhale to your hands. Fold. Roll it up, inhale. Into your chair posture, exhale. Inhale to stand. And exhale, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Last one. And exhale to your last downward facing dog of this practice. So see how it feels. Okay, I don't know about you, but this down dog feels a lot different for me than it did about 40 minutes ago. So as you're ready, come down to your knees. And if you sit your hips out to one side, flip it all the way down to your back. Come on down. Down to your back. So because we did a headstand, I'd like to balance it out with a shoulder stand. Headstand is one of those postures where it's really important for us to counter it with the proper counter posture. And shoulder stand is the ideal counter posture. So hands by your hips. See if you could press into the floor and move your knees towards your forehead and pause here. I really like to pause here because we need to set up our base properly, and that would be our upper body. So from here, take your hands to your lowest ribs and see if you could maybe even walk them down toward the floor a little closer. So you want the hands really planted, and then push into your upper body. Push down into your shoulder blades, into your elbows, even push down into the back of your head so that your nose points straight up. And you can actually hang out right here if you like. This is kind of nice. Or you can extend your legs upward. And breathe. So make sure you're pointing your toes up and you're looking straight up at the ceiling so that your neck is nice and neutral. And just breathe. Push into your upper body. Push down. Strengthen your legs here. Plug the legs into your hip sockets. And ideally, we'd like to stay in a shoulder stand as long as we stayed in the headstand, okay? That's our general thought. So as long as you were in your headstand, try to be here. And then when you decide to come down, please come down with as much or more control as you used coming in. And then pause when your knees are near your forehead. So put your hands back on the floor and point your toes behind you. So I just want you to take as long as you possibly can to unroll your spine, okay? This is kind of fun. It should feel good. But I want you to use your upper body strength to take several breaths to roll down. Inhale to invite a little more length into your spine. And exhale to unroll a little more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, unroll. Maybe take 2 more breaths to completely unroll. Last breath. All right, as you unroll yourself down to the floor, extend your legs, extend your arms, and find your resting posture. Flip your palms up, flop your feet out. Close your eyes, hang your jaw slack, and let go. All right, let the magic of your practice wash over you here. Let it soak in. And allow yourself to be very present here, again, with yourself. Just noticing how you feel, noticing the breath, every little sound you hear. Just be here now. And this is where we'll end our practice today, friends. Please keep resting like this for as long as you can. And thank you so much for joining me.